Welcome back to Breaking Borderlands. So now here we are in the Voracious Canopy. And yeah, we're running into the navigator for the family jewel. He's going to want us to come save him. But before we do that, we're going to take a little sidetrack. We're just gonna come up this way, fight these guys if you want to, but I'm just trying to save a little bit of time. My last video was way too long. So, one thing that is great about the Voracious Canopy, specifically this spawn point here, is right above this shaft, which not only contains a claptrap to scavenge, but there are so many of these eridium nodes. Even if you can't see them, they are here. And it is very easy for you to get the 4 up top and then the 5 up down here on the bottom. You're just looking for that little melee prompt to show up. Another one here in the corner, and then these 2 over here. But it's very easy. Come on now. After you've gotten them all broken, you can back out and reload, and you'll come up to that spawn point up top. And then you can drop down and do it all again. Eventually that will become a method of farming for us when we're looking to farm anoints, because you need eridium to do that. So I'm going to hop back up here. But we're also going to continue past this point. And there is a little self-contained mission. If you saw the exclamation point we ran past that was down there, it'll allow you to get into this area and do that whole side quest. It is contained. You can get a nice loop done. And actually we're heading to part of it as well. But we're looking for a very specific enemy for a hammerlock hunt. And it's the reason I wanted you to have cryo and fire damage. Because the fire damage is to kill it, the cryo damage is to copy it. So, we're going to come to this spawn point. Now it's very important. Well, I mean, you don't have to, but if you come this way, you can trigger some Saurians, and it is a very good idea to clean them out so you can control the enemy we're here for a little better, because they will start attacking the Saurians if they're spawning.
This was always your end.
So go ahead and take out as many as you see pop up.
Yes,
Alright.
into the fray.
I'm going to take a second. Put a point into Rage and Recover. So we'll have a little bit more health regen after a kill. For some survivability. Minus the fact it's a waste of ammo because one shot seems to do it. I'm guessing that's why I didn't like this thing. But now make sure that you have your cryo damage. Pretty much you're just gonna have to hope the monkey doesn't kill it. But this is a joke on Gremlins, and he will resist cryo damage, but when you damage him with it, it'll spawn another one. So you can keep doing this. If you wanted to, you could trade your fade away for, well, no, because we don't have that unlocked yet. We didn't go down that path. But I got lucky with having a Lucian's Call, because I just got to keep hitting criticals and they'll chain. Now, eventually there will be a limit to how many will spawn, and that's when you're going to switch to your fire weapon, which they are weak to. Because, I mean, if you've seen Gremlins, you get it. But there's two reasons you want to have the fire. One... Alright, that was just the original one that got murked. But they have a chance to drop two specific legendaries. One that's going to be the easy one you're going to find is the Unending Magnificent. And the other one, which you specifically have to kill it with fire damage for it to drop, but it's an SMG known as the Hellfire. Hellfire? Yeah. So... good stuff, and that's what we're here for, is one of those two. And it's not that hard, especially if you can get them all to spawn, you know, a bunch of times, and then take a few out. Eventually, one's gonna drop something. On higher mayhem levels, they will be everywhere, and it is fantastic. Because that allows you to go for, you know, whatever anointment you're looking for and have a decent legendary for it. It's not the best. I mean, it's not like... unless you get, like, the build for it, I don't see it being the best boss killer or anything like that. But... and again, whenever you get down to a few of them, just bring out the cryo damage. But this is the reason I wanted you to get a Chad, is because now you're not wasting ammo trying to take them out. You're just spending ammo to try and create them. There, we got something. It looked like a Magnificent from here. And again, they can drop a lot of other stuff. I think they drop a pretty good purple grenade, if I remember correctly. And there we go. There's something else. Yep, a Magnificent with a taser, which is my preference. I love me a taser. And you'll find out why eventually, actually. Alright, now everything's done. Yep, the elemental persistent contact grenade. It is quite nice. Let me... because it goes out, and then it just keeps doing this flame spout. It's vicious, but eventually that'll be replaced after a certain mayhem level. I might actually hold on to that. Yeah. Because it's technically not a legendary, but it's legendary status in the damage that it can do, especially on a direct hit.
It's time to fight.
But now we have another Unending Magnificent. Ooh, it's a ×2 variant. So, and one of them's corrosive, so we might... corrosive and electricity technically, and that's double, so... flat damage it does more and it fires faster, but the magazine's a slight bit, and it's got the zip rockets, which I am not a fan of, so I'm gonna trash that one and stick with this one. I'll stick with that just because it's a infinite ammo option. But now you have a very high clip pistol, which stinks because technically it's a tri-clip and you gotta reload all of them, which includes if you shoot the taser, it'll reload it. Now, benefit number one, if you shoot a taser weapon, eventually it's going to refill itself anyway, but that's an eventually. So you can see here, I'm canceling the reload with melee, and there we went. And that was quite some time. But if you let the reload animation go, it'll reload the taser. The reason that that's important is because that if you happen to have your reload speed enhanced, it brings back the taser faster. Now, with the build that I'm making, we're going to make it to where you can do endless tasers. So, that's a thing. Not a very potent or powerful thing, but it's a thing. You can do it. I'm just saying it's a thing. I'm not saying it's a thing I suggest. It's just pretty to watch all the lights, really. That's why I do it. I mean... See, isn't it pretty? Now, sadly, that does not crit while you're in fadeaway, but it can crit with a certain skill. So, that being said, we're actually going to continue on the path we're supposed to take on the hunt for Balex. So let's go ahead and do that. Grab some ammo. So you just want to come down here to the base of the waterfall.
Almost there, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. And that something is a big fucking dinosaur. Heads up! Kill it! Come on, man, you gotta kill it! Oh, man, I'm out, man. Damn, it's nasty as hell in there. It's bum. Over here.
Alright, and then we grab the navigator.
Physical state.
Hey, I don't want to talk about it. Why are you looking for the family jewel?
I hunt a vault key fragment, and Wainwright Jacobs tells me there is one on the ship.
Oh, you with Wainwright. Okay, alright. Yeah, I'll show you where the family jewel is.
Now, the fact, you can get tasers to reload over time. Most alternate fire weapons function this way. So if I was using the other version we have, and I switched to the zip rockets. So eventually they will reload themselves over time, mind you. Again, it takes a while for it to actually kick in, and you can just wait for it, but let's say we just fired that. Eventually you're going to see that 3 turn to a 4, and then a 5. So, that being said, a tactic that is quite usable is you can shoot out your taser, switch to a different weapon, use it until the cooldown has incurred, and then switch back to the weapon. And that's something that we're going to end up doing eventually. So now, go ahead and hotwire the door, or however you consider that. And then press the button. Now, if she sounds familiar, it's because she's the AI that's in the shield we got early in the game. The messy breakup. Now we actually get to witness how messy the breakup is. Now, we got lucky with finding the Magnificent that we did, because we're going to basically use it to just melt Genevieve. But for now, let's not even bother wasting any ammo, because most of what's in here is Ratch. But I'm gonna go ahead and speed run a bit. Just take anything out that's in path. Alright, and then when you hit this area, you're gonna come over to this console with the sparks flying. And he's gonna ask us to hotwire it, but I don't think that works the way he thinks that works. Yeah. Nope. Does not work how he thinks he works. Now, if your jabber doesn't get you up or bring you something, the medical assistant went. And if you notice the screen here, these are all skills for Dungeons and Dragons, because, you know, I'm a nerd and noticed that. So, run through here, see if we got anything good there. And now listen to even more of the messy breakup as you loot the area.
I know a way around it, though.
Alright.
Knock this fool's head off.
Give the robot a smack.
Hell yeah. Now install me on the bot.
Yes, to the bloodletting.
I'm in. Haha, I'm alive. Ow.
Alright, let Balex have his moment.
Oh man. Oh, it feels so good to move around. I have arms now. Haha. What's this do? Navigate it, bitch ass. This
There's also a chest down here.
rule to find that key fragment.
Now, if you go fast enough, you can outrun the conversation they have about names.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's probably what we're gonna end up doing.
Automated logistical. Alright. My old man Jacobs couldn't decide whether he wanted to call me Barry or Alex, so he ended up calling me Balix. I know it's not the coolest origin story.
My 512
Ah, crap.
Alright, now just walk into the ambush of Saurian, and I think... Yep. Service spot, but most of them are gonna come flying out of the waterfall. If you can keep them... If you can keep the killing going, you can just pretty much keep them there at the waterfall. Which is one of the reasons I like a never-ending weapon. Yeah, even things that resist it, it's still pretty strong. At least for now. I can't say that I've gotten a level 72, because I just end up finding an infinity. Infinities are part of the world drops. Alright, now once everything's done, you can drop down into the smuggler's bay. See if you got anything good. Negatory. Alright. And then come to the door.
Security hole. It'll be right around. Oh, crap. I'm navigating again. You know what? You find it.
I'll find it. I'll find it and have fun doing it. Alright, so... I'm gonna move up ahead, come to the big blast door. Never mind.
There's the door to the security hole, and Genevieve's barricaded it. My medbot clearance won't do anything here. Great.
Oh, security! There's an adorable little idiot criminal trying to break in.
Alright, so these teleporters are gonna start destructing security. So just have fun with it. Whatever you think's gonna get the job done. That really is just some overkill at this point.
That's what I'm talking about. Vault Hunter.
Alright.
Bot killer.
And I suggest having some corrosion for the next part.
But I know side routes. Let's go through the
Actually. Alright, come on, bud.
Alright. Here. I'll get the door.
Why, thank you. Such a gentleman.
Through here.
So, corrosion, because you just want to be able to take this out pretty quickly. Because there's two of them. Alright. So now head down this way. Balex should catch up shortly and open the door. And clear the room of bots again. Are you? A little spray and pray.
They'll never learn.
Oh, don't tell me you're stuck in the floor. You really are. You're stuck in the floor, aren't you? Why is this game being glitchy on me tonight? Okay. So, we're gonna have to reload. Because reasons. I don't like it. I tell them to fix their game, but they've moved on to better things? Question mark? That's actually hopeful. I really do hope that your progression goes well. Like, that's just me. I find this great, but Wonderlands seemed to fall face first. So, there's that. But it's whatever. Alright. So hopefully he loads in the right spot this time. Alright. Cool.
Unique language just for mating? They're quite the
Now the jabbers are attacking because Genevieve's crazy. So, as long as you got your hanging chad, they should be no problem. Except for maybe the flaming ones, but even then. I know you're there. There you are. So once all the jabber are done, well, not yet. Almost. Think we still need the specialty ones to show up. There we are. Resist this. Really uncomfortable. Alright, let's come back to Balix. And then he'll go unlock a door. Bad move. Alright, so a little more speed running because it's just Ratch. Now there's a little area back here we can go to. So I want to head back this way. I'm gonna just leave the jabbers be. There's a Typhon log, but we're here. Is it not in here? Yeah, there it is. So chest here. You're gonna want to come this way because you want to hit that, which connects the circuit, which opens this door, which has a red chest. Alright, we got ourselves another butcher. which is awesome. Oh, yes. Alright. Now, when it comes to class mods, the level of it really does not matter. And the Gamma Burst is what we're going to eventually end on, so the fact we found a Red Fang, at least we have one, just because we need that main effect. At this point, there's no real reason to switch to the Gamma Burst just yet, unless you need survivability, which is what that's going to be all about. But now we have that working for us, and now we have another endless gun. Now, mind you, if you find a butcher that is times 6, it will not be endless, but it will be a lot more DPS. I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah. So now we move on. We'll give this a few squeezes on something special. That's just a bunch of rats, so nothing special. Grab some ammo. So now we're going to continue on.
We've arrived. What is next?
Alright, a little more speed running because the security bots will take out the rats if you're not in range. So let them distract each other. We're gonna run up top here, run up to these shipping containers, go across again. Ooh, now be careful because Flack's tall, he can hit that beam. And then we're gonna release it. So now plug him into the COD port.
I am trying not to look at your flush cod.
Alright. And then go ahead and take out anybody. Now that he's got himself a weapons system, he's gonna go ahead and start taking stuff out too. So you can assist him if you want, or you can let him do the heavy lifting at this point in time. Because he is a little bit OP.
You there. For your last
Alright, now he's gonna go and malfunction real quick. Okay, now there's an enemy coming up who will reflect any normal bullets you use, including splash damage bullets. They will even get reflected back. So we're going to use the taser. And that's Max a Trillion here, which, oh, look at that. He's part of the, oh, wow, you're immune to electricity damage? That's messed up. Oh no, he's just blocking the damage, that's all that is. I don't think I have anything... I don't think that'll work the way I think that'll work. So what if I greased him first? Yeah, he'll still send it back at me, but we can get the explosion to go off, and he's on fire now, so that's good damage. Well, look at that. He can summon copies of himself if it's cartel mode. That's kind of cool. Stacking a couple of those should work too. Now be careful because those can hurt you as well. But he's just a nice named enemy for some extra loot. Like if you're doing Genevieve runs, you're gonna spawn up here. So you can run down, grab him real quick, and then drop in, get Genevieve. Just a little added bonus. But right now, I need to go back to this beauty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop in on Genevieve.
Not surprised.
Balex, I am at the bridge. Do you copy? Be silent once for yes and twice for no.
Vault Hunter, I'm almost there. Just gotta solve one problem.
You're not designed to solve problems, Balix. That's my job. You're just my chauffeur.
Well, what I'm solving is the anti-collision safeguards, which I just turned off. Navigated, bitches!
Nice. Alright, now send out your taser. Switch modes and light her up. Now she's gonna start zipping and zooming all around the stage. So just be prepared for that. She's gonna stop here in the center of the room. And that's what we're banking on. So let her draw her shield line. And then light her up. Just move with her. Everything should work just fine. And now mayhem-wise, we're gonna come farm her a bit. But for now, just grab the key fragment and Balex. And wait for this door to open up so you can get the red chest that's involved.
You find something for me?
Nothing good. But now head back to Sanctuary, because we're not done yet. Again, I apologize if these videos are getting long, but I just want to make sure that I'm as in-depth as I can be without losing forward momentum. You know, that way you guys stick with the level of the campaign, because they expect you to do some side quests anyway. But between the spots I've shown to farm and whatnot, you should be good. But our main goal now is just to get through the storyline. That way we can unlock our mayhem modes. And, you know, the rest of our equipment slots. I'd like to get that artifact slot open.
Glad to have you back.
I am in my lab with Lilith. We're storming our brains on ways to combat the Calypsos.
Uh-oh. I think we've been hacked.
Oh, nah, I know that evil laugh anywhere. Genevieve is all up in your ship!
Hey, cutie idiots. I like your ship. Not as well armed as the family jewel, but I think I'll fit right in here once I make some modifications. Oh, onboard service box. Please take a part of the crew.
So go ahead and take out the service bots on your way.
What is going on? Are we under attack? Abandon the ship! Robots and children burn!
Terminated!
I'm going to fly you.
Alright. Now once that's done, come on up to the main console.
Every inhabited planet I find. I've always wanted to take a vacation.
Oh, crap! We're in an asteroid field! Vault Hunter, she's got her claws in your computer system. You can't hurt her from here. I gotta go in myself. Plug me in.
Alright, now just wait for Balex to overpower her.
No!
I shoved her ass in a hard drive and ejected the bitch. Pick her up, Vault Hunter.
Screw you! I'll kill you all!
Haha! Sucks to suck, Genevieve. Okay, everyone. I'm turning off the lockdown, getting your ship back to normal.
Yep, make an offensive shield. Alright, sell off anything you're no longer using. Which would probably be that too. Good on all those too. I am keeping the or the grease trap, I mean. I'm not gonna use that either. And then those can go back. Yeah, those can go back. Those can go into, or at least one of them. Well, that's funny. We just sold one and there's one here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get it. We're gonna save that one for the bank. By this time you should be able to do another level of SDUs. At least hopefully. Ah, why did that? Bah. Alright. You know, just upgrade your SDUs as you go. Now I'm gonna run back here real quick because I want to deposit my grenade. So now, head up to Tannis's lab and give her the key fragment.
There used to be so many of us on Penn. Thank you. Our incarceration was not without fruit. We may have a plan to open the vault without...
Alright, now at this point, you're just gonna head back down to, you're gonna head back to Eden 6, and I'm pretty sure you're going to Reliance because you're going to be talking to Clay.
Saved the ship again. Thanks, Killer.
So again, while they're talking, you can, you know, go see if you can find anything worth it. Play a little Borderlands science or something.
Sanctuary has a voice now. Sure, why not? Roll with it. Oh, I heard from Clay. He's gonna
Yep.
lead on the next fragment. Go meet up with him.
Climbing ever higher
Alright.
over the
Now the Omni loader, it can actually be used in conjunction with the Magnificent, but it's the only thing that I've ever found a use for the Omni loader. So this takes forever to load, right? We've already established that. So you're in the middle of combat and you need to reload this thing. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna come here, waste some stuff, much quicker reload, but it reloaded everything that was stored. So it can be used in conjunction, but it just seems like extra steps to me. So yeah. But can be used if you want, let's see. Boom, and then our next one's the capstone. So, hoorah and such. But I'll pick up next from Reliance, since we're going rogue for Clay, which will send us to the Amber Mire, one of my least favorite maps, but still a good one. So, I hope you found this entertaining and informative, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.